Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Teresa and this is Live Love Lang, where we teach you how to learn multiple languages and how to go abroad.
Hey, you're watching?
Today I'm going to be making a video about the latter, which is how to go abroad, how to live abroad, how to stay abroad. So this channel is not really focused on, short-term travel, these kind of things. We kind of want to focus on helping the people who want to move abroad. It could be 6 months, it could be a year, but people who are really trying to immerse themselves in culture and learn more about life in another country and how other people, that's why we learn languages too, is it not? Today's video, as you might have been able to tell from the title, is about jobs. The biggest worry for anybody going to another country and staying for long term is if they'll be able to support themselves, get a job here, have money to buy things. That's really important. I have a lot of friends who are planning to move here or would like to move here, but they're worried that they don't know the process. Japan is a very difficult country to figure out how to live in because of visas. Now, visa is a huge topic and I'm not going to really cover it in today's video, but we have done another video on it. So if you want to know more about how to get a visa to be in Japan, then click the card above, or the link will be also in the description box below. But if you do have a visa, then we have lots of options for you. The only thing I do want to say is that this video will be the most helpful for students, so people who are here on a working holiday visa. So students, you get up to 28 hours to work a week while you are in Japan, which means you can do a variety of part-time work, if not a few at the same time, because 28 hours is actually quite a lot. As well as working holiday, which means that you can come here for a year and just experience Japan and do some work while you are here. If you have a visa, of course, the first thing that I'm going to talk about that everyone knows about already is teaching English. There are a huge variety of ways that you can teach English here in Japan. It is not just like teaching a class or being in a school or a hoikuen, which is like a daycare center. There are really endless different ways that you can teach English here in Japan. The most common way that students or part-timers teach English is something called eikaiwa. Now, eikaiwa literally means English conversation, and those are schools that basically it's you and one other student or a couple other students, and you're using your own methods or syllabus provided by the school to teach through conversation. That means if it's an advanced student, you'd literally just be sitting down for 60 minutes talking to different things with this student. Literally anyone can do it. And in Japan, you don't have to be from the US or from Britain or New Zealand or one of these countries. You can be from any country as long as you have a fluent level of English proficiency. You can also get a visa from eikaiwa if you want a working visa, as long as you have a bachelor's degree. So so you could also come here, find an eikaiwa to work at and be sponsored here. Another great option that I recommend for anybody who is just trying to make side cash and doesn't want to work with a legitimate company, doesn't want to make their schedule too set because they want to do other things or because they want to travel more, etc., I would do one-on-one classes through different internet sites. There are a lot of different internet sites that introduce students to teachers, and basically you would have lessons, these same conversational style lessons, with students at cafes or in their homes or in your home or a park, wherever you would like. And so these lessons are the most flexible, of course, because you can choose them based on your own schedule. And apparently it's not too hard to find students that way. A lot of my friends do that, if not all of my friends do that. So if you're interested in doing that, you can even charge up to $50 for an hour lesson. It's a very good way to earn money, although it's not the most reliable one. Like, you will not be getting a salary at the end of the month. You're gonna get cash in your hand each time you meet. There's also schools, which is, I guess, the most straightforward, but companies and schools who would hire an English teacher to teach either a group of workers or a class of students. That's usually a lot more formal. You're gonna need to submit your CV, which all the other options I mentioned, you don't need your CV for. You can just, do that thing. If you want to do that, there's also the JET program, which pays for your whole everything in Japan. If you didn't know about that, where they send teachers to different areas in Japan, that's another program. It's kind of like a work study program, sort of, almost, kind of. Once again, if I'm hitting anything that interests you and you're like, whoa, Teresa, you're brushing over that way too fast, this is an overview video, so if you have questions, message me on Instagram, send us an email, or type a comment down below, do something, and I will get back to you and give you more information on any specific part of this video. Now that English is out of the way, the second job that I would suggest for a foreigner living in Japan is modeling or talent work. So in Japan, foreigners, there are not a lot of us. We are a very small portion of the population, and so there are a lot of things where Japanese people want to promote foreigners in a public space, like advertising, or trying to show different ethnicities, or perhaps it's makeup and they want to test things on different skin tones, etc. Like hair salons tend to want to do haircuts and show those pictures of foreigners getting haircuts at their salon, and they pay money for amateur models and talent, which maybe you go on a TV show, maybe you participate in an event or festival. These kind of jobs are very popular and are quite abundant for foreigners. I've done quite a few, and I am by no means a model, or I'm literally 160 centimeters or 5'3", and I'm not the smallest girl in the world either. I'm chubby, I have hips, I'm not Japanese beauty standard at all. I've still been able to do modeling work or talent work in Japan. So if you're interested in that as well, there are many different sites that you can sign up for, and they pay pretty well. Not everything, but yeah, they do pay pretty well, although albeit kind of late. If you want to know about my experience going on Japanese TV, I have a video on that as well in the cards above. The next one I want to mention is voice acting. Voice acting is another one that's maybe not talked about as much on the internet or among the foreigner community, and that's because, of course, a lot of voice acting opportunities tend to be in Japanese, so it's a bit hard for foreigners. But there are stuff that you may have not thought of. For example, English textbooks, like the CDs that go in the back of English textbooks, or the narration for new products, like an automated product or something of that line. There are quite a few different jobs relating to voice acting in English, and they pay very, very well. I've done it before, and it was one of my favorite job experiences here in Japan. And so once again, if you're curious about that, I have a blog post. It's in the description. Man, I am just know if I talk about it, it's in the description, because Number 5, which is more of the part-time stuff that you might be used to at home and is the most reliable, but if you need a constant flow of income, working at a restaurant, a cafe, or a convenience store is also a open option to foreigners. You'd think that you need a lot of Japanese proficiency for it, but actually you don't. Just being able to say "irashaimase" and "nanmei-sama desu ka," if you can say about that much, then the restaurant is usually happy. There are areas like Roppongi or Shinjuku or Ginza or Harajuku, Shibuya that get a lot of foreigners every day. So it's not an exact equal ratio, but there's so many foreigners that would love to be catered in English that you become an asset to that restaurant anyway. So don't worry about it. There are lots of jobs available. As long as you have that visa, bing bang boom, you have a job. Okay, so now you're probably wondering, okay, Teresa, so there are a lot of jobs that I can get. Now, how the hell am I gonna find these jobs? Do I have to do the interview process? Do I have to dress up in a suit like Japanese people? Do I have to make a resume like Japanese people? And I'm gonna tell you about how I do it. So obviously like some of the jobs you would need to make a whole ass resume and fill everything out in Japanese and this kind of stuff, but it's not 100% necessary, and almost a good 95% of the jobs that I've done did not need this, and I have a CV in English for all of the English jobs that I did. But other than that, it's basically based on what your pusher agency says about you. So bam, okay, Teresa, agency, where do we get this from? There are a lot of different websites and places and also companies that specialize in foreign talent or foreign resources, human resources. And so if you sign up for these sites and agencies, then they will suggest you to different companies and stuff like that and get you work. This video is actually sponsored by Yolo Japan. Thank you, Yolo Japan. And I am now recently a influencer for Yolo Japan, so I'm gonna be posting on my Instagram as well as on my personal channel and here different job opportunities that you can get with Yolo Japan. Because it's really cool. I've been using Yolo Japan since I've come to Japan. So the whole 2 years that I've been here, I've been consistently using Yolo Japan. So I can tell you with confidence that they're a great company. And all of the information they provide on their website is offered in 5 languages. English, Mandarin, Korean, Vietnamese, and Mandarin. I hope I said that right. Yeah, and you don't need Japanese, like that great Japanese for the majority of the jobs that are listed on there. Some of them are for like complete beginners as well, so everybody can find a job on there. Besides part-time jobs, they also have survey jobs, which is really cool. I didn't really mention it that much because you can't find these everywhere, but Yolo Japan has it set up for you that you can do these surveys or testing or stuff like that for different companies, and just for answering their surveys they will pay you a stipend of money, or a gift card or something, which is awesome, easy money. They also have like a thing for influencers as well, so if you have a little bit of Instagram following or if you have a bit of a YouTube following, you can also get different jobs like testing out things or like going to different areas and having, writing an experience blog about it. They have a real variety of different jobs and it's so cool. Like, who wouldn't want to do that? And then of course, like I mentioned, you don't need a CV or resume to sign up for any of the jobs on Yolo. Other than Yolo, there are other places that you would want to sign up for. There are talent agencies, there are the English websites, and all of these things. All of these things are what I call your agents that will push you to students, clients, companies, etc. So I'm not going to explain them all in the video because you're not going to remember them all anyway. So please, 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 just read the blog post that I'm going to put in the description box below, because I'm also going to link all the videos where I originally got all the information on where to sign up for these different agents and how to make money while I'm here in Japan. And of course, sign up for YOLO with my code. This is the code here or the link down below, so that you can also get survey jobs and be paid to do literally nothing. Let's check a couple of boxes or find a restaurant job with no resume and no huge Japanese ability needed. You should at least check it out. You should at least look. Make sure you do. Use the code. Make sure you use the code so you can help me out, and the link is in the description box below. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to send me an email or an Instagram message. I answer every single Instagram message and every single email as of right now, and might be a little late because sometimes I'm busy and shit, but yeah. Follow us on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, follow the blog down below if you want more updates on what YOLO has to offer. I don't have to tell you what to do on the YouTubes anymore. Like this video, smash the subscribe button and the bell, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye!